All right. So you guys have your brick of clay. Some people have more clay, some people have less clay. Just I did the best I could to make it kind of even. Okay, you are gonna want to take off of the end a little chunk. Okay, so like I'm gonna say a fourth, like a fourth of the clay. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't everyone hold your thing up and be like, "Is this enough?" Just use your best judgment. I said a fourth of your block. We should know fractions. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this on the side. I don't need it right now. It's gonna be for later. Okay, the first step is to make the big chunk into a ball. The easiest way to do that, for me, honestly, I've been making these a lot. I just take it in my hand and I kind of go back and forth and I kind of just smush it in my hand. So as I'm going and as I go back and forth, I'm kind of rotating it until I kind of get it into a ball shape. Okay. The less you manipulate your clay, the better, because if you continue to manipulate the clay, your hands are taking moisture from the clay and making it dry out, which will then make it harder for you to work with. So try to make the ball as quickly as possible without manipulating it too much. Okay, so we're trying to make a ball of clay. Okay, it doesn't have to be super perfect, but it should be kind of close. Okay, your clay should fit in your hand. Okay, your clay should fit in your hand. If you feel that you have too much clay in your hand, now is the time to take some away and put it with your other little section over there. Okay, so you don't need to have a softball amount of clay. It really should just fit nicely into the middle of your hand. Okay, all right. What is the first step after we make it in? So the first step was get rid of the air bubbles. We didn't have air bubbles because we got this from the box. Second one was make it into ball, and then put your finger into the middle to make a hole. Now listen, when I'm putting my finger through the middle to make a hole. I'm gonna keep my thumb straight. Okay, I'm gonna make the hole with the tip of my finger. Don't make it with the whole thumb, like your whole thumbprint, because then the hole is gonna be like an oval. You want it to kind of be a hole, like a circle. So I'm gonna take my thumb and I'm gonna go straight down into the middle and press. Am I going all the way through? No, I don't want a donut. I want a bowl. So I kind of have it stuck on my thumb like this. And I want to kind of gauge how much I have at the bottom. So if I kind of understand how big my thumb is, I probably have about like that much left over. Okay, just do the best you can. Okay, we're just making a pinch pot. It's not like the end of the world. Just do the best you can. All right, here we go. Remember how I said we're going to be pinching like a duck. Okay, so my thumb is is everybody, if you are a righty in here, raise your hand. Is that almost everybody? Is anybody a lefty? Okay, all right. So we're going to say it this way. You are going to hold the clay in your not writing hand. Okay, so I'm a righty. I'm going to hold the clay in my left hand. My left hand, my non-writing hand, is just going to support the clay. Okay, it just kind of helps keep the shape. It doesn't really have a big job. My big job is going to be my writing hand is the one that's going to be doing all the work. Okay, also, you'll notice that I never put my clay on the table in the whole process of making the pinch pot. I am making it in my hands. You got it. Yes. Okay. So I, with my writing hand, so I'm a righty, I'm going to do it with my right hand. I did my thumbprint in the middle. Okay. When you guys are pinching, you're going to be pinching again like a duck. My thumb is going to be on the inside and my four fingers are on the outside. Okay. So I'm holding the clay. And when I pinch, it's little pinches. Remember I showed you on the video? It's little pinches like this, little tiny pinches. I'm not going to do big pinches like this because you see how that's like all wavy and not even? Okay, you need to have nice, gentle pinches. So I'm going to start pinching. Can we look up here for 2 seconds? When I start pinching, I'm pinching right along the bottom of my bowl. As soon as that bottom is the thickness that I want, remember we're aiming between pinky and thumb thickness, okay, I'm going to scooch my finger up a little bit and then do a round. It's like a spiral. So I'm starting at the bottom and then I'm going to do a row around the next thing and keep going up until I have it the thickness I want. So as I'm doing it, I'm spinning it. So I'm at the bottom of my bowl right now and I'm pinching down here. pinch, 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 and then slowly I'm going to start working my way up. Can you guys see my fingerprints on my bowl? Okay, so I'm pressing with my whole finger. Okay, I'm not just pressing with the tip of my finger, I'm pressing with my whole finger. Okay, as soon as I get that row, the thickness that I want, I'm going to scooch my finger up and I'm going to start pressing again. I'm slowly rotating and slowly. Okay, start to see that it's starting to open up. It's starting to get taller. Okay, I'm going to pinch, pinch, pinch. Okay, now my rim, because I've been talking too much and I'm wasting time and it's drying out, my rim is getting all cracked up and gross. That is okay. Okay, you can fix clay. Until it's fired, you can keep fixing it. Okay, until it's like totally dried out, you can still fix it. So what I'm going to do is all these little cracks in here, I can just smush them. I can just scrape them with my finger and just kind of smush them back together. Okay? It doesn't have to be super pretty right now. I can make it pretty later. I'm just trying to get it together. I just want to get the pot. Okay? So once I have my bowl, it should kind of be like this. Okay? I'm almost satisfied with this bowl. Okay? It's kind of like that. That's it. It's not, we're not making, a Leaning Tower of Pisa. We're just making a little cup. Okay? Okay, we're not trying, right? We're not trying to make anything fantastic. We're just making a little bowl. Okay? So, when you have it this way, we're going to just put it upside down on our table. Okay? So that the opening is on the bottom. And I'll explain why in a second. Okay? I'm coming around to just check everybody's work. Give you any little help if you need it. But then we're going to come back and we're going to make the foot. The next part of this is can everybody look up here? The next part is we are going to be making a foot. So the foot of the pot is this ring that's on the bottom, okay? What I didn't know was that a foot actually serves a purpose. It's not just decorative. What a foot does in pots and things is it helps to keep your stuff hot, because this little pocket down here, when it's on the table, this is like a little trapped pocket of air, and so it keeps the cup or bowl or whatever up off of the table, so that little pocket of air stays hotter longer than if it were just on the table. So it kind of helps to keep things from cooling down too quickly. So that's the purpose of a foot. So also it makes the stuff look nice and pretty, because then it kind of gives a nice finished look. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the extra piece of clay that we took from the beginning. Okay, you do not need all of it. Okay, I'm probably going to take even half of this. So I just need like a little tiny ball of clay. Okay, you're going to make a snake or a coil of clay. The way I like to start doing this is I kind of like press it in my hands and kind of make it into like a log or sausage shape. And then I kind of put it between my two hands slowly. Okay, don't get too crazy. And then on my table, I'm going to just kind of go back and forth. I can kind of, you're doing it now. Yep.
Can we do that in our hands?
I just did it in my hands. I said you can do it that way, but also on the table, you can get it to be a little bit more uniform than in your hands. Now, you do not want this to be super thick. It needs to kind of match your cup. Okay, so I'm going to say it should be a little thinner than your pinky. Okay. Now, I have this giant log here, this coil of clay. Can everybody look up here so I know that we understand what I'm talking about as far as how to make the coil for the base? Okay. Shh, I said no. I said take about half of it. Okay. Can everybody look up here, please? Okay. I have this long coil. I am not going to take this whole coil and make a donut and throw it on my clay. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the coil. We should be looking at me. I'm going to take the coil, I'm going to put it on the bottom of my cup, and I'm going to kind of measure and say, okay, you know what, that ring is good. I like that size there. So now I'm going to cut the coil, and now that's my ring. Okay, so this is how much I had, but now I measured it on my cup so that I know that that's how much I need. Now, does this look like it's attached? Can everybody look up here? Is this attached? I mean, it's not coming off. Is it attached? Okay. Oh, we know that. Why is it not attached?
Because you didn't put slip on it.
Perfect. Okay. If I left my clay like this, currently it looks like it's attached. It's not coming off. But when these two things dry, there's nothing holding them together. We need to kind of make Velcro for our clay pieces to stick together. So you guys know Velcro, like the two sides like catch each other. Okay, so to do that, look up here. To do that, I am going to score and slip. So I'm going to take my stick and I'm going to rough up the two sides of where this clay is going to join together. So I'm not stabbing into the clay. I'm not like going like this. I'm doing superficial scratches with my stick. Okay, so with my wood stylus, I'm going to do superficial scratches, and I'm going to do superficial scratches on my cup where I want this ring to go. Okay, I'm going to do superficial scratches where this is going to go. Okay, so that's my Velcro, right? That's where the two things are going to grip together, but I also need the glue, and the glue is your slip. So it should be kind of like watery clay. And I'm going to put it on both sides. So this is going to act like the glue to keep those two sides together. Okay? You don't want to go nuts, but you should kind of have enough that when I push it together, the slip kind of squishes out a little bit. Okay? So we should be looking up here quick. Okay? So I have my two sides. I have scratches and slip, and now I'm going to squish them together. Make sure that you press them together. I'm pressing it. You guys can see my slip is kind of oozing out a little bit. That's how I know that it's really attached. Okay. And then I'm going to take my wood stylus and I'm going to kind of clean up my edge. I like to just take the edge of my stick and I just kind of like scrape it down to just get those two pieces to join. Again, it doesn't have to look super pretty right now. We're going to make it look super pretty next time. Okay. But for right now, we just want the things to be joined together. Okay, the joining is never really super pretty. It's kind of messy because there's slips sticking out everywhere. It's just, there's X's and stuff. It kind of gets a little nuts. So I now have two pieces of clay that are attached together. I can use the bottom of my stylus to kind of clean up the inside of the ring. Okay. And again, don't get too bent out of shape. We'll clean it up better next time. Okay. But that is really it. Okay. Once you have the ring on, the bottom, the foot on your pot, we're done for today, okay? As far as cleanup is concerned, what I need everyone to do. You guys should have your Ziploc bag. Can we look up here? We're going to take our piece of newspaper. You guys are going to fold it in quarters again. You're going to put it in your Ziploc bag. Okay. Shh. Listen, and I'll probably tell you what you need to know. You're going to take any extra clay that you have. You're going to mush it together into a single piece. Okay, and you're going to put it inside your cup. Okay, you're just going to set it inside there because it's not going to be slip and scored to the cup, so it'll come out next time. Okay, I'm going to take my cup and just put it in my bag. Okay, and then make sure that your bag is completely sealed. Okay, so you should hear the Ziploc part of it. Okay, we are going to put everything back on the shelves. So remember, tables 1, 2, and 3 are going to be on the top of the wood. 4, 5, and 6 are going to be on the bottom of the wood for our class period. Try to keep the bags right next to each other. Okay. Okay. Please wrap up or close up the slip. Close up the slip. Put it in the cups in the bowl, the baskets in the middle of the table. We're going to stack all of the little squares of linoleum, okay, in the middle of the table. And then one person is going to get a wet paper towel and one person is going to get a dry paper towel. We need to clean our tables. Once that is accomplished, you may go wash your hands, okay? So, again, everything goes in your bag. Your bag is closed up and you're putting it on the shelf. We're not going to go on top of each other. They should go right next to each other. Shouldn't go on top of each other. Don't do that. You're aerating clay and you shouldn't be breathing that in. Get off the stool. We are stacking the pieces of linoleum on our table. You guys all have a job. Let's go. Stack the linoleum on your table. Okay, paper towels are on the back wall. Okay, and then we are doing a wet paper towel, dry paper towel. If there's any clumps of clay on your table, there's a dustpan and brush by the window that you can scoop it up. Okay? So we need to get cleaned up, please.